Alright. So, I've been thinking about all the way things have changed from when I grew up till now. And not just in, like, car culture, but in just the way we look at things and the way people act about stuff. Like, I remember growing up, muscle cars were the big thing. And I remember people didn't get their feelings hurt as easy, and not everybody was a victim, and people weren't as entitled as they seem to be now. I just don't understand the entitlement that everybody feels. And I won't lie, there's stuff that I feel I'm entitled to, and that every veteran's entitled to. But I'm not going to throw a hissy fit when I don't get it. Like, I understand that our systems are flawed, and if I don't get every benefit that I'm guaranteed, then so be it. I will get what I deserve, and if I don't get that, then so be it. I am not going to sit and fight with every little thing. Now, if it's something that I 100% should have and shouldn't have to fight for, yeah, I'm going to fight for it, because that's not fair. But the free college thing is the one that always gets thrown at me personally. Oh, you have free college. Oh, you have free college. No, I don't have free college. It's just college that I don't pay for now. I paid for it beforehand. I signed a contract that said, hey, if you give us X number of years of your life active and X number of years inactive, that we can call you back at any time if we need you during that period of time, we'll give you 3 years of college. And we'll pay for your books, and we'll pay for your housing during those 3 years. Okay. Where do I sign? There's no, I get free college. I gave up. I signed a contract and said, okay, I will give you this, this, and this. I basically signed a blank check for everything up to my life. I mean, you want free college? You can do the same thing. I will never understand why everybody looks at the military as this god-awful thing. Yeah, I get it. We work for the government. But there's still people that have called me. I was a mechanic. I didn't kick down doors. I didn't carry a rifle through villages and do all that other stuff. My job was not to go out and put foot to ass. I would if I had to. We're all trained to do it. Some branches better than others. And I understand that. But at the end of the day, you can't lump us all in. And there's bad apples in every branch, but 90% of us follow our orders, know our rules, and don't do the dumb shit that you want to say we do. I have literally been called a baby killer, which I thought had died out after Vietnam, but apparently it hasn't. By people who think that everybody in the military, that was all they want to do is kill people. I never joined for that reason. I joined literally because I always wanted to. It paid better, and it got me and my wife out of a crappy situation we were in. And the fact that I got college on top of that, and I wasn't going to be $1 million in frickin' debt when I got out of the Army, was a bonus. I will never back anybody who thinks that we should all pay more taxes so you you or your kids can go to college for essentially free on the government's dime without giving up something. I'm sorry. I get it. We're a free country. We are the best nation in the world, blah, 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 whatever. And you want to say we're not. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff in this country that if you tried to do it in other countries, you would never get away with. Hell, half the stuff we do would get you killed in another country. I mean, speak up against the government once. Your ass is in prison for a long ass time, if not flat out murder. I mean, really? You can essentially choose whether or not you want to go to work because we've got a system in place that will essentially let you do that. Do I agree with that system? No. But it's there. Nobody should feel entitled to every little thing. Should we be entitled to freedom of speech? Yes. But you gotta remember, your freedom of speech, your freedom to say whatever you want about veterans, about the government, about whatever it is, comes from guys like me and guys that went and became infantry, and guys that went and became scouts or combat arms of some type. If it wasn't for us, that right wouldn't stand. But yet you treat us like we did something wrong because we did something you don't agree with. I'm sorry, life ain't fair. You do stuff I don't agree with. And I get that I'm saying you. You know who you are. If you're watching this and you think what I'm saying is bullshit, guess what? I'm talking to you. If you agree with everything I'm saying, I'm not really talking at you. I feel stupid that I actually have to clarify that because I know there's people out there that are listening to this going, oh, he means he's whatever. The fact that people don't have common sense anymore and you have to explain common sense stuff to people is really sad. But yet, people are book smart as all get out, but they have no common sense at all. I mean, how? What happened? I will never understand how stuff got so messed up. I feel like if we were to revert back to World War II, the way things were then, not everything, because there was some messed up stuff about that. I mean, slavery, black, segregation, all that stuff. If you took just the way you had to get stuff done in World War II era and brought anybody, most people from this generation, hell, I'm even guilty of it. I don't think I'd last. You know, this is bullshit. But you know what? I will give it to our grandparents, our great-grandparents, hell, even our parents. The stuff they had to deal with to get where they are now was way harder than what we have to do now. And if anybody wants to tell me that's not true, they'll tell you you're wrong. Because some of our grandparents, definitely most of our great-grandparents, lived through the Great Depression. I mean, really? They lived through World War I and II. On top of that. I mean, I can't even fathom living in that time. Okay, a little bit, because we're kind of, the constant fear is there now still. But World War I, World War II, the whole world was essentially at war. At least all the superpowers and all the big nations were fighting in Europe? Really? We don't have that big of a conflict going on. We do in this country. We have 2 conflicts going on. But still, not something where the whole world is fighting. I mean, I will never understand the stuff they went through. But you know what? They did it. Do they loid it over our heads sometimes? Yeah. But every generation's going to loid that, oh, I had it harder than you. Because technology changes so much. I mean, I don't know anymore. And I honestly am embarrassed of my own generation. And any of you other millennials that want to come attack me, fine, whatever. You're not going to say anything that it's going to hurt my feelings. Because most of you don't. No, there's nothing you can really say to me. Because I support a lot of the stuff that our generation wants, but I don't support the way we go about it. Not even me particular, but the way our generation goes about stuff would never fly. And they want to draw this comparison of, oh, we're like this and we're like that. No, you're not like any movement that's ever happened. You're a bunch of whiners that want to raise your voices and complain and complain and complain. You don't want to do anything about it. I am so embarrassed that my generation thinks that we're entitled to crap. We ain't entitled to nothing. If anything, we shouldn't be given a dime. There was stuff our parents were not allowed to do, albeit I agree with some of it. The way our parents were raised, they were not allowed to raise us the same way. Because certain people screwed it up for everybody else. But now we live in a country where people are scared to spank their kids. I'm sorry. I 100% believe sometimes you need an ass whooping. And anybody in my generation wants to argue with me on that, bring it. Because 90% of you don't have kids. And those of you that do have kids and don't spank your kids, most of your kids are little brats. And don't act like they're not. I'm sorry, I might be generalizing, but every kid that I've ever met that their parents are too scared to spank them or don't think that's right, their kids don't listen and they're little brats. And I refuse to let my kids be like that. So if you're going to call CPS, go ahead. Good luck. Have fun, because I'm not going to deal with it. There's a limit to it, and I understand that. But you can't tell me that our generation is the greatest generation. There's parts of our generation that are lazy fucks who think they should get everything handed to them on a silver platter because that's the way they were raised. And that's not all of us. That's some of us. And I'm sure it's like that in every generation. But you know what? I see it more in my own generation than I do in any other. And it hurts. Because it's our job next to lead this country, and I'm scared of where we're going. Everybody's freaking out right now about Trump and Hillary leading the country. No, I'm less scared of either of them. I don't want one of them to win. I'm scared shitless if they do. And if you listen to any of my stuff, you can assume who that is. But I'm more scared when we get to the point where we're now the ones that lead this country of what we're going to do. There's more fear in me for what we're going to do to the country than anything the next, let's see here, the next 4 presidents can do to this country. My math might be off, but I'm pretty sure I'm within the ballpark of actually be the next 5. No, 4. 4, 5, whatever. Somebody correct me, because I can't do math all of a sudden. The next 4 or 5 presidents, or terms, however you want to look at it, because I get that somebody could win twice in a row. Those terms scare me far less than that 5th, 6th, 7th term that's about to come. Because we're already entitled and we want to give everything to everybody. And we want to be accepting and we want to be this. And I get that. I understand that. But there's a limit to it. And if we don't start waking up and seeing that and changing the way we act and the way we're screwed. But whatever. So leave in the comments down below how wrong I am, or how right I am, or how much of an idiot I am. I really don't care. Let me know how you feel. Thanks.